U.S. troops around the Middle East are now being told to shelter in place. Our James Longman is in Iraq. And James, what are you seeing and hearing there, and what does this mean for troops in the region in general?
Yeah, look, it's a big moment, Diane. Everyone here knew that something was coming, and I think perhaps there was a sense that there'd be a few days, perhaps that maybe that the Iranians would sort of think about what they were going to target, that it was going to be at a time of their choosing. We hear that phrase.
Nah, after Trump said 2 weeks and it was 2 days, I'm not putting or sticking anything to a timeline. No. Anything can happen at any moment is the way I'm looking at things right now.
So often, now these early reports about Qatar and the Gulf, probably the more obvious choice, given these are integral to the US operation in the Middle East and have been in the post-9/11 era. Closer to Iran, though, we did imagine that they'd be striking into places like Iraq with the Ain al-Assad base here, which has been a target for Iraqi militia time and time again, allied to Iran. There are some 40,000 US troops all across this region, some in those bigger bases in the Gulf, but others at much smaller outposts in places like Iraq and in Syria as well. The United States said earlier this year they wanted to reduce their footprint in Syria, take it down to about 1,000 troops in Syria. I don't think they're there yet. They will not have, most likely, the kinds of defences that a bigger airbase in a place like Qatar will. And people at home may remember in 2020, where Donald Trump ordered the assassination of Qasem Soleimani, the Iranian general, head of the Quds force. After he was killed, the Iranians themselves, not their proxies in Iraq, they struck the Ain al-Assad base inside Iraq. And so that was seen as the Iranians hitting directly at the Americans rather than using a proxy. This time round, though, they have fewer proxies at their disposal. Yes, there are still militias in Iraq that still function broadly in the way that they have been before the Hamas attack on October 7th. But other proxies really have been degraded. If you just look at Syria, which sits between the two countries, of course, Bashar al-Assad, really a key ally of the Iranian regime, would help the Iranians move weapons and supplies between Iran and Lebanon, where, of course, the other major proxy existed, Hezbollah. That's still in place, but Hassan Nasrallah, again, has been wiped out by the Israelis in this post-October 7th era, which is extraordinary if you just think about the number of Iranian allies who have been neutralized since that Hamas attack. The knock-on effect of that attack has just been unbelievable. And so the Iranians now do not have a Bashar al-Assad in Syria to rely upon. They do not have as much a Hezbollah empowered in Lebanon to rely upon in order to employ these proxies to hit the Americans. And so they have to do it themselves.